November 1st, 2022, 2:34 a.m. Houston police receive an emergency call. Shots fired at a shopping center. When officers arrive on scene, 3 people have been hit, and tragically, one of them won't make it. The victim? TAKEOFF. 1/3 of Migos, arguably the most influential rap group of the last decade. It's a devastating loss for hip-hop. Between 2013 and 2022, Migos completely reshaped the music industry. Quavo, Offset, and TAKEOFF worked with everyone from Gucci Mane to Justin Bieber, dropping massive hits like Bad and Bougie, Bon Appetit, and Walk It, Talk It.
Drop top, smoking, no cooking, the hot pot. Cooking, fucking on your bitch, yeah, that.
Bon appetit, baby.
Sweet potato pie. Sweet. It'll change your mind.
Walk it like I talk it. Walk it like I talk it. Walk it like I talk it.
When news of his death broke, social media exploded with accusations and theories flying in every direction. But despite all the rumors and conflicting information that's been circulating since that night, police now have a clear picture of what actually went down. So how did one night go from celebration to tragedy in a matter of seconds? That's what we're breaking down today. To understand how this happened, we need to rewind several hours. It's October 31st, 2022, Halloween night. TAKEOFF and Quavo are in Houston, ready to celebrate with their crew. The vibe is supposed to be festive. They're celebrating the success of their first duo album, Only Built for Infinity Links, which dropped just weeks earlier. First stop, a visit to jeweler Johnny Dang, a Houston legend who's basically the go-to guy for every rapper's ice. Security footage from the jewelry store shows Quavo, TAKEOFF, and their crew rolling in around 7 p.m. Shortly after, social media posts show them hanging with Jazz Prince, son of Jay Prince, who's basically Houston royalty and one of the most powerful and feared figures in hip-hop.
Why is everyone so scared of Jay Prince?
I bet you Jay Prince could open up a jewelry store with all the chains he's gotten back. Jay Prince is the metal detector of Houston. You lose your chain, you go get Jay Prince. Jay Prince will find your chain amidst all the goons.
Coming up as a child, I done dealt with so much. I done dealt with so much that...
Here's the thing. The Prince family has deep connections throughout the rap game and regularly links up with Migos whenever they're in town. Around 11 p.m. that night, after cruising around Houston together, Jazz Prince, Quavo, TAKEOFF, and their respective crews head to a bowling alley for a private party thrown by Jay Prince Jr., another one of Jay Prince's sons. At first, everything's smooth. They're vibing with Jay Prince Jr. and his crew, the Mob Ties Collective. People are laughing, talking, having a good time. But tragically, a few hours later, when nobody sees it coming, everything goes sideways over basically nothing, and the consequences are about to be deadly. Around 2 a.m., more social media footage shows Quavo shooting dice for money with some MOBTIES members. Important detail, TAKEOFF isn't playing. And while the videos look pretty chill on the surface, according to witnesses, tensions start rising because Quavo allegedly bet and lost a serious amount of cash. Rumors put the figure anywhere from $17,000 to $100,000. And unfortunately, that's when the night takes a dark turn. The atmosphere between Quavo and several Mob Ties members gets tense real quick. Then, when they step outside the bowling alley, things escalate even more. It's now 2:30 a.m. About 30 people are still hanging around outside the venue. Quavo's in the middle of an argument with 3 guys affiliated with Mob Ties. TAKEOFF standing back, calmly watching the situation unfold. At one point, you can hear Quavo say he needs to leave before he hurts somebody.
I ain't gonna sit there and go back and forth, bro. I'm gonna hurt somebody, bro.
But right as Quavo turns to walk away, the confrontation explodes. Someone from their crew thinks he sees one of the MOB Ties guys pulling a gun, so he swings on him. Gunfire erupts from multiple directions. Around 10 shots fired as the crowd scatters in total chaos. Nobody really knows what's happening in the moment, and tragically, TAKEOFF collapses to the ground, shot fatally in the back of the head, chest, and arm. For several minutes, Quavo and others at the scene desperately call for help and try to save him. A nurse who lives near the shopping center even rushes over to assist, but it's already too late.
So when I got there, I looked at him. His head was this way and up, and his eyes were rolled back and fixed. And I saw a pile of blood behind his head. I didn't see where the gun was shot. I've stopped for car accidents before. I never move the patient. Rule number 1, don't touch him. Because if it was something in his neck that could have been taken care of, I don't want to move his neck. And then he's paralyzed, then I'm in trouble, right? No, don't move it.
When paramedics arrive, TAKEOFF is officially pronounced dead at the scene. He was 28 years old. It's an absolute tragedy that sends shockwaves through the public and the music community, triggering massive speculation about his death. At first, the theory circulating most online actually accused someone from their own crew of accidentally killing him. But according to authorities, what really happened that night is something entirely different. On the evening of December 1st, 2022, Houston police arrest and detain a man named Patrick Clark, someone close to J. Prince Jr. and the Mob Ties crew, for the murder of Takeoff. Using security camera footage from the shopping center, plus videos filmed by people who were there that night, investigators identified Clark as the alleged shooter. The footage shows him firing a semi-automatic weapon multiple times in Takeoff's direction before fleeing the scene. Using security camera footage from the shopping center, plus videos filmed by people who were there that night, investigators identified Clark as the alleged shooter. The footage shows him firing a semi-automatic weapon multiple times in Takeoff's direction before fleeing the scene. When police arrested him, they also discovered he'd applied for an emergency passport, booked a flight to Mexico, and had a large amount of cash on him. Initially, his bail was set at $2 million. A few days later, it was cut in half. And on January 4th, 2023, exactly 1 month after his arrest, he was released after a mysterious donor paid his bond. As of this recording, his trial date hasn't been set yet. He's currently under house arrest with an ankle monitor while he awaits trial. At this point, it's hard to predict what the verdict will be, since, according to some accounts, Patrick Clark wasn't the one who started the shooting. He could potentially argue self-defense. Either way, the outcome of that night is an absolute tragedy, especially because Takeoff, known as a kind, calm, and low-key guy, wasn't even directly involved in the argument that cost him his life. Once again, fate took a young, talented artist before he could fully tap into his potential or even enjoy the success he'd earned. A few weeks ago, Quavo paid tribute to him in music, dedicating a track called Without You, where he mourns his death. If you appreciated this video and want more content like this, you know what to do. Drop a like. And check out my other videos where I break down how NBA YoungBoy became rap's wildest outlaw and how King Von was one of the most dangerous in the game.